Okay, we got updates from the State House today, and March 28th. We've got updates for the event as well as the State House, and a lot of people wondering, what's the latest and what's going on. So we've got, oh, there we go. People getting in now. We've got people from different patriot groups and militias and different organizations that are interested to know what's going on the 28th, and then on top of it, the new addition of people that will be wanting to go there and protest. So actually quite a bit to discuss tonight and get through, so I'll give everybody a minute to get situated here, and we'll get started. I'll also be live at 9:10 tonight, here in just a couple hours, on Resolution Radio, if you guys get a chance to check that out. So we'll be discussing the 28th and quite a few other things. She's shy. Alright, looks like people are getting in. We, I want to be able to go over things and let everybody know what's going on, tell everybody what's been going on from the beginning, and make sure that everybody's aware of everything that's been happening. So this started when the Ohio politicians created a House bill that had a piece in it that was put in the wrong place. So then it took away the gun rights of many Ohioans, about 1 million or so. Since then, we have a 90-day provision, so the bill is now law, but it doesn't go into effect for 90 days. So we have this little limited time, this limited window. We found out a month and a half into this, so 90 days minus a month and a half to get something done. Now, bills in Ohio we've seen take, 8, 9, 10, 11 months. We've seen them take, years. We've also seen, because of the pressure that's been put on these guys. There was one lobbyist group, it's one gun lobbyist group, that reported over 30,000 emails just from their people alone. And they represent, like I said, just one group. So the State House has been completely inundated with emails and phone calls. They've had no rest, no peace, and all of this has been from you guys. Everybody, the Patriots have been on this. Americans from all walks of life have contacted the different representatives in the House and the Senate and all of this to let them know that this is unacceptable and that they'll be there on the 28th as well. So what we've seen in Columbus now is, in order to fix this, they had to start from scratch. Excuse me. They had to start from scratch and write a whole new bill instead of doing it through an amendment or anything else. And they've done that. They wrote 2 bills, a House bill and a Senate bill, both intended to fix all this mess. So now we have the House bill. It's not the better bill, but we have the House bill, and it's gone to the governor, and I've heard that he could sign it as soon as tomorrow, which would effectively end House Bill 228 and its effects. I've heard he could sign it on the 22nd. Sorry, I'm dealing with sinus hell. So that's the good news, that we could know tomorrow, and if it's announced tomorrow, I will immediately get on here and let everybody know that people will no longer be felons in the state of Ohio. But you have to understand that this has all happened, the bill process from its inception going into committee, well, the testimonial sponsorship, then going to committees, then going to the House, then going to committees, then going to the Senate, and now going to the governor, has all happened in less than 3 weeks. Less than 3 weeks. That's how quickly these people turned their wheels due to embarrassment. Due to the fact that they do not want to face the patriots. They do not want those kind of problems. You know, they started getting all these phone calls. They started getting all these emails. They started getting all this attention. They realize that people are awake and paying attention and understand the implications of this bill. If you talk to anybody at the State House, all of them downplay it. Everybody. Because that's their job. They have to. Oh, it's not that big of a deal. Don't worry about it. This is why the lobbyist group that caused all these problems, Buckeye Firearms, has also been saying the same thing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Well, we're worried about it. All of these idiots, these are the people that created the problem. And now with the House bill and this is the part you're not going to want to hear, but the House bill as it is, it wasn't written with the emergency language that we need to render 228 null and void. It was the emergency language is amended onto it. So it has language on there that's highly subjective and what's referred to, I guess, as retroactive. Because of that, it can be challenged very easily in the courts, and everybody admits this. It can be challenged very easily in the courts, and it would be for the emergency provision specifically, which would then stop the effectiveness of the emergency provision, hence passing the bill without stopping 228's effectiveness. Everyone would still become felons. Now, I know what you're thinking as an optimist, and I sense your optimism, that well, they wouldn't do that. You know, no one's going to challenge this. Well, as it was going through the committees and the House and the Senate, you would think, because so much attention, national news, local news, state news, has been brought to this, and they're so ashamed of it, that they would do everything they could to everyone would just approve it and get it away, because it's such a blatant, egregious violation of the Constitution. It makes a mockery of the Supremacy Clause. It makes a mockery of the state constitution. It makes a mockery of the Ohio Revised Code that says if you're a member of the militia, then none of the state gun laws even apply to you. You know, it laughs in the face of everyone that wants to be free. And they have written this in such a way to where they can destroy it again and make everybody felons in Ohio. If it's challenged judicially, they don't think it'll stand up because of the way that it's written. So everyone is going to pass the garbage bill, even though the Senate bill, the one that we wanted, the clean bill, the better bill, would have gone through. There's no judicial challenging or anything. They've passed the one that could be challenged. That's the reality. That's the reality of the situation. And now you get to deduce from that what you believe you think that means. Those are the facts laid out, okay? House bill destroyed our rights. They wrote 2 different bills to fix it, a House bill and a Senate bill. The House bill was the dirty bill, the one that can be challenged and render all of this effort null and void, and then make over 1 million people in Ohio felons overnight from January 27th to January 28th. And they passed the dirty bill. They passed the House bill that has the problems in it, and all it would take is a simple challenge. And you would think nobody would do that, right? Well, almost 30 people voted no in total on the approval to fix this and stop over 1 million Ohioans to become felons. I want you to think about what that means. And I know a lot of you are thinking, oh, well, it was Democrats. It was Democrats. And you're right. In majority, it was Democrats. Republicans also voted to not authorize this, and knowing that it would allow over 1 million people in Ohio to become felons overnight. So ask yourself again, do you think maybe it could be judicially challenged? Because if you think even maybe, then the stand March 28th becomes even more important. We have the red flag laws that are popping up in all these different states, right? And you can see the division. Some of them are going constitutional carry, while the others are going in the opposite direction of red flag laws. And none of that will end up mattering if the federal government does what they just did in the House, which was approve insane ammunition laws, basically, and registration laws. And we know that there are rhinos, Republicans that vote like Democrats in D.C. This showing should be a celebration, March 28th. It should be. And we hope that it is. And that's what we want it to be. But now it should also be a showing of patriots, letting all state governments know on this side of the U.S., as well as the federal government, that there is a ton of us that will not stand for this. That we're not tolerant and we will not comply. We're going to celebrate what the patriots have been able to do. Nationwide, people from different states have been making calls to the Ohio State House. You know, asking them, what are you guys doing? What are you guys thinking? You realize that you're raising the ire of patriots everywhere. And common people as well. This is not a good idea. We initially asked somebody in the State House to champion our cause. You know, and we got what we wanted. We got legislators up there, actually a senator as well, to champion the cause and to help us out. And they did. They championed that cause. They grabbed the reins and they said, okay, we'll fix this. Now we need the rest of them to go through with it and, unfortunately, leave the bill alone. And I think that's probably a lot to ask of these people, especially when they voted directly against it. And I'm not talking in the last vote. I'm talking yesterday. I'm talking they voted against it yesterday. We still had enough to get the approval, but each time it's gone up, it had 4 and then 8 and then I think 8 again that voted against it. Or 9. Something like that. You know, so that lets us know that there are people that intend to take away and strip us of the Second Amendment here in Ohio, and are glad to sign their names on the dotted line, saying, you know, and this isn't convolution either. It's not like this is a new bill and nobody knows anything about it. This is a bill that this is the second time it's gone through. Everybody knows about it. Everybody knows what it is, and they purposefully voted no, so that Ohioans would become convicted felons. I want you to think about that. So we could know as soon as tomorrow. We could know, all the way to the 22nd, what the law will be here in Ohio. And then that could change again. But the 28th remains. The 28th stays. So that we can have a celebration and we can show strength. Huh? Oh. And we can show our strength to each other, as well as patriots around the nation, as well as local, state, and federal governments, of how many there are of us that are unwilling to stand for this. That'd be the first part of what I wanted to tell you guys. The night before, there's also an event, a prayer vigil being held. There's an event for that on Facebook as well. Antifa was here 2 Saturdays ago, and I got on my bullhorn, and I hurt their feelings. I shut them down, and they are butthurt over that. They don't like patriots. They're anti-American, and they have other groups that they work with as well. Not all of them are Antifa, but they might as well be. If you haven't seen the video, they chanted all white genocide now. Kill all babies, kill all white babies, you pay for my welfare. These were the things they chanted while being recorded on camera, so you can listen, you can watch them saying it. These are the people that will also be there March 28th. Their event page is Against Racist Action, ARA. ARA is doing the event. They will be there. They are butthurt and not happy because they were rendered completely obsolete and embarrassed and humiliated the last time they were at the State House. So, Antifa, I'm coming for you. I can't wait to see you there on the 28th.
He's so great.
Say hello to my birthday present I got yesterday. So we'll be there, and as will some protesters that want to protest us and say that we're racist. They're doing this like based on a "we are racist" thing. And this is the way that Antifa tries to impose itself. This is the way that these people try to impose themselves, knowing this is an event. This event is about the Second Amendment. This event is clearly about the Second Amendment. This is about local legislation, state legislation. This is about constitutionality. And these freaking yahoos are going to show up, and because they have nothing else to do. We're there for a serious issue. We're actually there defending their rights as well. And they're going to go there and chant anti-racist things. And so I want to say a couple of things. I want to say something to Antifa, and I want to say something to the Patriots. To the Patriots that'll be there, to the constitutionalists, to the Americans that are there because of the seriousness of this issue. Because they understand what this is going to take. They understand what it is. If we have a huge, large showing, this isn't, we're not selling t-shirts or food or anything. This is just, for us to be there and show how many of us there are, to celebrate what it is that we have been able to achieve, because there's no way they were going to change this law back without you guys. Without the pressure of knowing that the Patriots are coming to town from 30 plus states, or whatever it is, there's no way they were going to change this. We did this. You did this. And they're scared to death of our ability to come together. Scared to death of it. Scared to death we'll flood the streets. And that's just the governing, criminal leadership. Forget about, Antifa. Now these folks want to show up, and they think that they want to protest a bunch of racists. We've invited every single shade of human that understands what it is to stand for America, stand for your own rights, stand for the people that you love, to join us shoulder to shoulder. We simply do not care. We don't care if you talk with a funny accent. We don't care if you talk with a southern drawl. We just don't care. If you're American, then we've invited you, and yet they're going to show up to chant anti-racist rhetoric. So that tells you exactly how intelligent these people are. This is an event that it's well known. This is for the Second Amendment. That's not been secretive. That's what this is all about. Everything is driven towards that. And these folks are seriously going to show up to chant anti-racist stuff. So to the Patriots, keep your heads. Keep your wits. We don't intend to do anything there except entertain our purposes and our reasons. That's our focus. It's very simple. If other Americans want to show up and show us that they are our enemies, then we deal with that as it comes. You want to yell stuff, we can yell stuff back. You want to be ridiculous, we'll point it out to the world. Not a problem. You guys are actually really easy to make fun of, highly entertaining. It's not an issue for me. It's not an issue for us. But to Antifa, this is not the crowd. This isn't Berkeley. This isn't Kent State. This is not the time. You're imposing yourself, as you have done, and all of the people that are with you. This isn't the time. We take this very seriously. You need to let the grown-ups talk. You need to let the grown-ups be, okay? You need to stay away. This isn't the place for you to come impose your ridiculousness. Alright? You're gonna go preach to a crowd anti-racist stuff when the crowd agrees with you. It's ridiculous. These aren't the people. This isn't the time. This isn't the place. Know your role, okay? You're a tool for whoever, and if they've told you to come to this event to protest us, they are not your friend, okay? We are here defending your rights as well. We are not here to argue with you. We do not care about your thoughts or feelings or emotions. We are not racists. We are not the hateful group. You know, everybody has seen this. You've shown it time and time again. This is not the time or place. It's not. You guys need to worry about Dayton, Ohio, where the actual racists will be showing up, you know, and deal with those guys. But these are the mothers and fathers and sons and daughters that actually pay for your welfare. You need to leave us alone. You need to stop bothering us. You know, we're not your enemies. We're your countrymen and women. We've invited every single person, you know, because we understand what it takes. We really do. We've evolved past what it is that you've bought into, and we have no interest in your little games. All of your angst, all of your anxiety, all of your anger issues, all of your, you know, you're white and you chant white genocide now. You have no credibility and no sense of reason, and this isn't your time. This isn't the time or place. If you come here trying to impose yourself on the 28th, understand the people that have sent you to do that are not your friends. Those are your enemies. And when you get there, you're not looking at your enemies, okay? We're the exhausted patriots, all right? We're the overworked, overstressed, overburdened, underpaid patriots that are paying for your welfare that you're proud of receiving, that you wear as a badge of honor, you know? And your obnoxiousness, the way that you impose yourself on people, this is not the time or place. Know your role, and it's not March 28th at the State House. You need to have some sense. You know, if you want to come down to stand with your countrymen and women, know that you're not going to agree with them all. Know that there's people there that you disagree with, and that's good. That's good. That means you're still in America, baby. That means you ain't lost it yet. That we can disagree on things, and it's okay, and we don't have a socialist leader telling us what to think, feel, and believe. You know, it's all right. You know, and if there are people there that are waving flags that you don't like, and you don't like the fact that we're protecting their freedom of speech, understand it's not us you're mad at. It's the Constitution of the land. We're just the ones holding it up. We're the ones that are upholding what's written, and we believe in its tenets, because it gives you a right to speak too, moron. You know, all your racist faces are just, you know, don't bother us. Do not. You're going to come down there and make asses out of all of yourselves. And unfortunately, our entire species, in case aliens are watching. And that's embarrassing. And we don't deserve that. We work really hard throughout the week. We have kids that are going to school. You know, we have a life. You know, we pay attention to stuff, and we're trying to get stuff done. And you guys are the enemy of every bit of logic and reason. You're the most ridiculous electrified bags of water anybody's had the misfortune of running across. You know what I mean? How in the hell is it in 5 words or less you embarrass everyone? Come on, man. That's got to be a taught art or something. You guys are just, you know, I'm going to own you if you do show up there. That's the other thing, is you need to know that you can't do anything against me. I always win. I always make you guys look like the garbage you are. I do it every time, you know, and so do other people. You guys, you can't do anything. You have no words. I mean, I hope you're practicing now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to need to. You're going to need it. And then I'm just going to make you look bad. I'm going to make you cry. I'm going to embarrass you. I'm going to humiliate you. And, you know, white genocide lady, crazy eyes with the red hair, the poor dude, the poor guy, the old man who probably doesn't even know where he's at, trying his best to look like Karl Marx. You know what I mean? How can you have that as your fearless leader when the dude doesn't even know who he is? He's trying to look like somebody else. How in the hell are you going to listen to a word that guy says? He's obviously a lunatic and a moron. You guys represent the lunatic asylums in the 1940s. You all would have been the poster children. Like, hey, is your kid crazy? Bring them here. Look at these freaking people. I'm telling you. It's just, you're an embarrassment. And I'm going to embarrass you. I'm going to own you if you show up. There's no sense in that. There's no sense in that. I have always roasted you guys. There's never been a time that you've ever won. I mean, what are you doing? It's like, I think you like it. I think you guys are infatuated with me. I think you're in love with me. You know, you love the fact that I burn your asses in front of everybody. You're all gluttons for punishment. You're too stupid to see everybody laughing at you. You know what I mean? It's just embarrassing. It's really sad. It's sad. You are a Prozac. You're a walking Prozac commercial. Every time you guys go to the bus or from the bus to the front of the State House, you're just this walking billboard for Seroquel and, you know, heavy psych meds. You know, like every ailment known to man is represented in you 6 people. It's... You see that this doesn't stop. You people give people like me more ammunition than George Bush gave comedians for his entire presidency. It's fabulous, don't get me wrong. It's fantastic. We have other things to do. You know what I mean? You're like the annoying, developmentally delayed, very, very small younger brother. You know what I mean? Who doesn't realize that every time he rams his head into your hip, you're like, dude, that hurts me and you. You know, it just, you know, God love you. God love you. You have no idea what you're doing. You have no idea how horrible you look. You know, you must be getting paid for it. Anyway, March 28th, we are one governor's signature short of complete and total victory. Complete and total victory. Listen, if the Patriots didn't get involved in this, for God's sakes, if we relied on Antifa or the likes, the bill wouldn't have even been written. And from beginning to end, the process is almost over in less than 3 weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, that's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your power. That is your strength. That is your identity right there. You made a mountain move. The same people who could take a year from beginning to end to get a bill here and done. They did it in less than 3 weeks because they're scared to death of you. You know, y'all started calling and emailing, and they freaked out. They freaked out, and rightfully so, because now we're starting to realize what it is that we're capable of. You know, now when they send their sons and daughters in Antifa, you know, it's their moms and dads apparently that are voting this stuff down, wanting to make everyone felons. And when they send Antifa, let's be kind and generous, and we'll just insult them on the bullhorn. You know what I mean? They're obviously the lesser of any society. You know what I mean? These folks need things. They either need to get off of the medication or they need to get on some medication. They need to change their diet. They need a friend, like an actual friend. I don't think that lady who was yelling white genocide now, I don't think she knows she's white. You know, and I told her, I said, those people are not your friends. You know, they should have told you that you're white. And they didn't, you know. So, these people are embarrassing. And they will be there. And apparently, they've all gotten their Uncle Joe to come with them now. Because they're so freaking humiliated and butthurt from last time. They actually recruited all of their middle school friends and people from their psych meetings. And they've tried to, 5 of them have tried to convince the exact same shrink into coming with them. Which is interesting. They'll be there. They might be a little bit late. They might be a little bit drunk. I think some of them might like cocaine. They're obviously using their welfare money for drugs, and I mean other than prescription drugs. I don't know which ones. I haven't been able to narrow that down exactly. Could be flocka. Could be crack. Could be crack and flocka. It could be crocka. You know what I mean? Or flack. I have no idea what these people do with their fucking spare time. I'm so embarrassed by them. I don't know if you can tell. I'm so embarrassed to share space with these things. I really am. They stand there and they speak, and I just burn their ass every time, and they never learn. They never learn. They're like an annoying kid brother or kid sister or something that just has no idea. They're completely oblivious. It's hard to deal with. Anyway. Enough, but it's everyone should know that these people will be there too, distracting themselves with whatever hallucinations they're seeing from their Prozac. So they'll be there, and for us it is a celebration just as much as it is, hey, let's look around and see how many of us there are from how many different states. And realize our strength as well. And, it hasn't happened yet. We're one signature away, but hey, we're almost there. I appreciate you guys listening. You get a chance, make fun of Antifa tonight before you go to sleep. Just, even if you're in the bathroom by yourself, say something funny about Antifa.
Somebody said they have posters of you hanging on their walls in their bedrooms that you better bring, Santa.
Yeah, they don't like me. They really don't like me. I'm sure that I want those Antifers to bring their best. I do. Just bring your best. Start writing whatever the stuff is you're going to say now, because for God's sakes, you're going to need it. And since they're always calling us Nazis, I've been working on my German accent. Tell me if this will work. I am thinking because the Antifas are trying to, how do you say, they are not my colleagues. They are the bad people. They are like the evil Germans, but they are calling me the Nazis. So I am thinking maybe if I talk to them like this, and I am telling them that they are the fascists, maybe they will understand me. I don't know. Maybe das ist gut, yeah. And then maybe they would be meine Freund, and we can all have tea. We can all have tea and little pieces of bread, because I think Antifa is liking this. So how is my accent? Is this good for the Antifas? Will they be liking this, or maybe no? Maybe not. Maybe this will make more of the hurting of their butt. Maybe we will bring forms for them for the hurting of their butt. We will give them the forms, and then they will feel better about their humiliatings, because the Germans are supposed to be, how do you say, they are the national socialists maybe, and this is bad, but I don't know, because Antifa is, I don't know how you say, how are you saying, they are maybe deformed in their brains, so they have these deformities. I don't know. We will see. And maybe they like my accent. Maybe they are saying this is good, das ist gut. So I don't know.
Obviously, your girl don't like me either.
All right. I can't imagine why they hate me. Anyway, y'all have a good night. That's pretty bad, Jeremy Arditer. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Somebody else said, spot on. Yeah, I don't know. I have so much fun with those people. I really do. I really, really do. Yeah, I'm sure that my friends in Germany are going to make fun of me now. And they're going to tell me how horrible that accent was. So, anyway. Oh, Antifers, you inspire things in me. You guys have a good night. And, go love something or somebody. And if there's nothing and nobody around, love yourselves. And I won't tell anybody, except maybe Antifa. And, y'all have a good night. And I love Lisa. I love you. I am loving the Lisas. Yeah. She just turned red.
I love you too.
You're having good nights now. Good day for you.